welcome back to Blue Spring Farm. I don't think I said that right.
That was way off. Welcome back.
I can't do it.
Yeah, you can. You were trying to say blue and black.
I'm
Or
confused.
back.
That's why I can only say welcome back. Welcome back to Blue Spring Farm. Today we're going to talk about how we've been full-timing for 1 month.
1 whole month. 4 weeks. So if you've been following along on all of our videos, everything's been leading up to developing this 10 acres of raw land that we bought just about a year ago. And finally putting our RV on the land. And we've been here for 1 month. And we've had lots of sorts of different experiences. So we're just wanting to share those with you, what we've learned so far, and what the problems that we're having, and problems that we're even still going through. But it's been fun, and let's jump right in it. So what would you say is the best part about living out here on the land in an RV?
It's cheap.
Cheap. So we're doing this. Everything's rent free. We own the RV. We only thing we've got to pay on is our land, which doesn't cost too much. But we're saving a lot of money, and with that, we're gonna save up to eventually build our future house.
Yes.
So, what would you say is the worst part about living here?
The water heater.
The water heater. So we have a tankless water heater, and it's been giving us troubles a lot. It works fine, but the only issue is the water pressure gets just a little too low for the tankless water heater. So when our pump kicks on, the water pressure goes like out really quick, and it comes back on back to like 40 psi. And that's when the water heater basically turns itself off and doesn't turn back on. You have to turn the water off and then turn it back on for it to kick back on. So we think we need to get some kind of like check valve in the system somewhere. That's something that we're going to definitely have to do very soon, because in the shower you have to turn it off, turn it back on every 30 seconds. Yeah. And that's not fun.
And the temperature is either super cold or super hot.
Yeah, so adjusting the temperature on it is very tricky. We seem to never get it down right. Depends, like if it's really cold outside, it seems to work just fine most of the time. But if it's any kind of like warm, over 65 degrees, it gets like steaming hot water coming out of there. So
I like steaming hot showers, but it's painful.
Yeah. So that's one thing we've got to work on, and everything's holding up real nice. Our renovations in here, the floors are still looking really good. All of our furniture, layout, everything's working just fine for us. We've got we do have 2 cats in here, so we have like a little litter box that they can walk in, and it doesn't stink up the whole area as bad. We also leave a few candles lit, when we get here to keep it
fresh.
Keep it fresh.
When it's nice, I'll open the windows. Get a breeze going.
Yeah, we'll open the windows up sometime. Mm-hmm. But the best part that I like about here is just that it's quiet. You can get some nice rest at night. Not have to worry about where we lived beforehand. There was a highway right next to our window, 2 highways, and it was just always really loud, all the traffic. But here, very quiet. Nice sunsets and sunrises. Those are nice to wake up to, and in the evenings, watching the sunsets go down is very nice. You can sit outside, cook up hot dogs, cheeseburgers. Just makes it all worth it. We're both gonna ask each other 3 different questions that are just coming right off the top of our head. So we'll let you go first. Ask me 3 questions, or at least something that maybe the viewers can learn something from, or at least know what to expect in the future.
First question. What's your next project?
My next project? Probably the deck or
That'd be nice.
the deck. Probably the deck. There's not really much else that absolutely needs to be done right now. Just trying to save as much money as possible. So doing very little right now. We've already finished the other side of the creek. That was very important with the concrete back walls. We'll leave a link in the description on that one. So that's all done. So yeah, next I guess we can start on the deck for the RV. So my question for you is, do you think the size of the RV does the size of the RV, like, does it make it doable or not doable in your opinion of full-time RVing?
My personal opinion.
And let them know how big the RV is.
It's 36 feet long with 3 slide outs. And it's bigger than I thought it was going to be, which is good. The living room I think is fine. I wish there were more pantry space. The bedroom, it's mostly fine except when we're both getting ready in the morning, it's just tight. But everything else is fine. I mean, just for us and 2 cats, everything's fine. I don't really have any complaints about it. Maybe just the storage space. I just wish there was more storage. But the space is big, it's tall. The living room doesn't feel cramped. Even when we have a couple friends over, it still feels comfortable. It's not like claustrophobic. I'm happy with it. My question is, what about pancakes?
She's freaking making noise.
Pancake. Ma'am.
If you wonder what all the noise is,
Pancake.
she's playing with this toy behind our camera.
It's not so much of a question as I'm really excited that the water harvesting system works.
Yeah.
That was a big surprise.
Yeah, after all that hard work from the awning to running water, there's a lot that went on in between there, and even just the pump house alone was a lot. So yeah, I'm very happy all that work, and we had 1 leak out of the whole thing.
You did?
Yeah, and that was in the UV light.
Oh yeah.
The thread. Only thing we had to do was add some thread tape. That basically, it was, the instruction said you may or may not have to use it.
Oh yeah.
And so I didn't, and apparently we needed to use it. But after that, everything's
Yeah, I was
bigger.
surprised because that was a really big project, and that took months of research and then months of doing and so much PVC. That was good. Proud of you. So, not a question, but an observation. Good job.
Thanks.
Thanks. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Give me water.
We have running water.
Running water is nice.
And it's very clean.
Yeah. What do you think the cats think?
It's my turn.
Oh.
What do you think the cats think?
It's do mine. I think.
No, I got a question.
Oh, real one.
As far as the water goes, since you brought up rainwater harvesting, in the RV, is there a time, like, basically, are you always thinking about your water usage when, say, you're cleaning dishes or taking a shower, or even like brushing your teeth? Is there times where you wish that you could just always let it run, or you just don't even think about it and everything's just like a normal house?
I think for the first couple weeks I thought about it a lot. I was very conscious of the water running. But since we've been here, you said we've only used 600.
Yep. So we've been here 1 month and we've used 600 gallons of water. That's like,
which is way
incredible.
less than we calculated.
Yeah, and
based
that's
on our water usage in the old house.
Yeah. Yeah, we were using like over 2,000, like 2,500 gallons a month over there, and I mean we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot more. We're running the washer, a lot more dishwasher. washing our cars outside. We have sprinkler system, stuff like that. Stuff that we don't really do too much of here. And yeah, to drop that much was crazy. I was not expecting. I figured we use a lot more than that. But we're not even being really conservative, and we're able to only use 600 gallons a month, give or take. And that means we only need 3/4 of an inch of rain to get us by for the whole month. And like last week or the week before, we got like 4 inches of rain.
Yeah, we filled up the tanks almost all the way completely.
Yeah, so we're good for a while.
I think I thought about it a lot at first because I was worried we were going to run out of water because we didn't have a lot when we first moved in.
No, we only had like
a few hundred gallons.
No, we had like 1,000 gallons.
Oh.
Maybe 1,200 gallons.
Yeah, and so I was concerned that wasn't going to last, but turns out we don't use as much as we thought we did.
Yeah.
We've been able to cut down without really having to think about it, which is really nice. I don't feel like I'm missing anything.
Alrighty, your question.
What do you think of living in the RV? My friends ask me that all the time. Like, how is it? What do you think about it? Is everything? Does it suck?
Yeah. I mean, it's a small space. Either way, you have to get used to it. I'm still adapting on a few things. But as far as overall RV living, I mean, it's just a place to sleep. We work a whole lot, and then it's the same thing at our other house. We were never really there that often, so we just needed a bed to sleep in, somewhere to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as that goes, that's all the same. We have that here, so I really don't have a problem with it much at all. At first, yeah, it was like, holy crap, we're going from 1,600 square foot house to a whatever this is, like 36 by, it's like 400 square foot or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty small. But it is big for an RV, and that's what we want to do. We want to get a bigger size RV. That way it wasn't too big of a difference, and where we could feel like we had a little extra space, especially with the cats. That way they had some room to run around.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I remember I was never really a fan of the idea. I think I tried to shut it down when you first brought it up. I didn't care about it at all. But it was fine.
So my question is going to be, what do you think about, as far as a lot of people ask me, is shelter wise? So as far as the awning goes, and the RV itself being stable in its spot right here, are we safe if a windstorm comes, or if there's any nasty weather? What do we do? Or, do you feel like this is a
for the most part
setup?
I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's here. It's heavy. It doesn't just pick up and roll over. We've had some pretty good straight line winds. I think they got up to like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, 20 mile an hour winds, and then like up to like
30, 35?
35 wind gusts.
Yeah. And I mean, you can feel it a little bit. Kyler's done a lot to stabilize it. There's stuff all around under the awning to help hold it in place and keep it steady. But it is, I mean, it moves. But for the most part, I don't really notice it anymore. I think I did at first just because I was freaking out. But now it's windy. I can hear the wind. Sometimes I might feel a little shake, but I don't worry about it. I feel fine.
So, and as far as what you were mentioning before I asked you a question on the awning, what do you think the difference in the awning makes instead of just having a camper in the middle of a field?
I think it helps. It cuts down the wind from definitely that side. It just depends which way the wind is coming from. But either way, it feels more sheltered than if it was just out exposed and, RV sitting in the middle of a field. It helps. Keeps it out of the sun. keeps it out of the direct rain. I think it's supposed to hail tomorrow night, and we'll be fine. Won't have to worry about windows or the roof or anything. I don't know. I don't really worry about it too much anymore. I did it first.
Yeah, so
And now it's fine.
yeah, so basically the idea of moving out here, I knew we had to get an awning over this place to shelter a little bit better, and then also for rain water harvesting, so we could have water. We weren't, if you've been following us, we weren't able to get any city water connection, so basically we had to come up with our own water source, and that's when we did the wet system with rainwater harvesting. Everything's been working great there, but the full setup, having just an RV in the middle of the field, is a little scary in my opinion, because you're going to get hit straight by some gust of winds. If you don't have everything prepped very well, it will move up quite a bit. But there are things out there you can stabilize and make it very sturdy. And I also drop a link in the description. I've done a video over all the stabilization. I can't say it. Stabilization in the outside the RV to keep it very stable.
Give me finger. I don't know. I was really worried at first. I'm not fond of the idea of living in a camper. I'm extra. I like having a house. I like having indoor plumbing. I like just being extra because it's who I am. But after having been here for a month and making it my own space and experiencing it, it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I am comfortable. I'm not scared like I thought it was going to be, because I don't like the country. I don't like creatures that are outside. I don't like the dark because I'm a giant wuss, but it's really not that bad. Just get in before dark. If anything has to go on outside, he goes outside in the dark, so it's fine. But if you're worried about living in an RV, try it. It's really not that bad.
Yeah, I'd say just go camping, and you have to make it yours. So basically, that's what we did. We painted everything in here. We laid new flooring. We have a nice TV that's big enough to just the same TV we had in our other house. It's nice, 60-inch or so.
We got some comfortable furniture.
Yeah, some nice furniture, and just make it a home. This isn't a lot of stuff you would take camping with you if you were just going to camp.
Yeah.
But if you convert it to work for you, it's possible, and it's easy, and you can save a lot of money from paying rent. And that's the whole idea behind this. We're trying to save money to build our future house.
Was not looking forward to it, but I'm comfortable. I'm happy. You've done a good job making it comfortable.
I mean, it took both of us. It took a lot of help out here to get this.
We've had a lot of help. A lot. But it's really not bad. If you have questions about it, ask people who have done it. Ask your extra friends, because they'll tell you honestly. I'm extra, and I'll tell you, I think it's fine.
Yeah, and if you got something to look forward to, if you're saving money every month, and you can see that you're gonna have to be able to build a house later on with that, and it makes it a lot easier. Like if we were out here just not really saving any money, then yeah, it's a little different. But we're saving a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Not paying rents, you save a lot of money, and not having a water bill.
Yeah.
Our water bill was like $100 a month. It was crazy over there in Midlothian. So, anyways, we just wanted to do a quick video about our 1 month staying in the RV. A few different questions we asked may not be strictly about the RV, but it does involve around us staying out here on our property. We've been out here for 1 month, like I said, so everything's going well.
We did
it.
And
we did it, and we have a few things to still fix. There's always going to be some problems. We'll get those knocked out. But next project, I've got to get started on this deck, and there might be a few other things. I'm not sure exactly what y'all will see first, but
if you have ideas for projects, tell us.
Yeah.
He needs more things to do.
I definitely do not need more things to do.
You need all the
I'm a
things.
busy man. Alrighty, we'll see you next time. See ya.